What's good? All right, let's chop it up. Messiah, what's going on, man? J Bird 904, what's good, my man? What's good? Bird from Mardican, what's going on, man? Jeff the producer, what's happening? Omega Red, Bert. Oh, I got you before, Bert. Michael James 616. I just watched. Finished. Just what I was just watching your Leo Santa Cruz Tank Davis video. Yeah, that's what's going on, man. Appreciate that, man. I got a good one coming up later, though. Definitely check out my Eddie Hearn video, which will be coming out at about 1:30. Like right after this video, I got it on a timer. I did it early this morning. Man, thank you, Michael James Boxing Talk and more for sending me that article. Man, Eddie Hearn didn't have a snowball's chance. Ed Boy had a snowball's chance of hell of winning that shit. Man, Eddie. Who you trying to fool, Eddie? Oh, Eddie, no wonder Eddie had to come up off that money. Dog. That shit was not going to fly, Holmes. What's going on, Ivan Garcia? Christopher Jonet, what's happening? PK Boxing and MMA, what's going on, man? Michael Hughes, Rashad Williams, what's going on? Carver Williams, what's going on, man? Yes, sir. Anthony Bolton. I need a little break from this work, man. I've been on the grind since 5 a.m. this morning. Mike Biggs, Boxing, salute. Leon Robinson, salute. Ivy Webb, salute. Yes, I got a video. Yeah, good afternoon to you as well. What's going on? Esco. Oh, I got a video going to piss them off today. Ooh, I got a video going to piss all these boys off today. Eddie had to come off that money to Andy Ruiz because if he didn't, he was Bob Arum. Andy Ruiz had him by the balls, dog. Andy Ruiz had him by the ballsies. Man, that shit was funny. Alvaro de Castro Blanchard, man. Seriously, I don't read a lot of case law because it's just I don't have to. I'll do it for like a specific issue if I have to. So I figured, man, let me look at this. Let me read this. And Eddie, you thought you had it redacted. You redacted it, huh, Eddie? I read it, dog. I don't even need to know what your actual rematch clause said. I know now, dog. You didn't have shit to stand on. You didn't have nothing to stand on with that one. And if you had continued on, dog, you would have had nothing. You would have had nothing. Oh, said Eddie filed a frivolous lawsuit and everybody knows it. Dude, for real, his cause of action, dog, there was nothing to it. He had to throw that shit out. He called that shit. He tried to sue these dudes. Keeps effing up my name. Alvaro da Costa. I'm sorry, I'll slow down and read your name. Yeah, man. What's going on in Perfection? Fanon, use Crawford Light to promote Lopez. Yeah, man. I was about to call Terrence Crawford his fluffer, but I was like, they trying to use Terrence Crawford's name as a fluffer for Teofimo. And they are. They trying to get that dude, trying to get him up. What's going on, John Dance? Chilling. He ain't pound for pound, but he's great within the division. Nah, he's pound for pound, dog. That's pound for pound, dude. He's one of the top 10 pound for pound fighters, man. I did a Leo Santa Cruz video today. If Leo Santa Cruz, dude, I don't understand with the way these guys go about how they do it while Leo Santa Cruz isn't. Leo Santa Cruz is a three division champion. He only got one loss, and he avenged it. He's a 3-division champion. He's got as many. He's won in as many divisions. He's won more belts in more divisions than Canelo has. He won the same amount as Mikey Garcia. Mike Garcia, pound for pound. Why ain't little Leo? Why ain't little Leo? Gil, and if little Leo is, Gervonta is, dog. Oh, no, I said pound for pound list. No, he's not the pound for pound best. No, that's Terrence Crawford. That's Terrence Crawford. No, I'm not putting him in the number one spot. Now I ain't crazy now. I ain't I ain't that vindictive. Because I'm just being vindictive, really. I couldn't care less. I know that dude can fight, and they don't want that smoke. For now, because Santa Cruz is Heyman's sons, he's a black Paulie. Leo Santa Cruz with the turn the right. Oh, this one? He punches and he already shaking his hand. Yep, you're right. Be careful on saying the C word if you fixing to stir up, drink more water. Oh, where he at, dog? Crawford's being used and abused and served like hell. That ain't even right, dog. That ain't right how they do it. Sorry y'all showing up late, but we're gonna put the time back on in order. Trill Boxing Talk started a little late today, but we'll put it back. We'll get it back. We'll get everybody back on track. Ivy Web, no apologies needed. I think I'm hitting on that channel. Oh, where is Dago? D-A-G-O. When somebody sees D-A-G-O, says D-A-G-O, let me see you. If you're listening, man, put your name up, man. Let me give you your wrench back. 78 guy gave you your wrench back, so it must be. I didn't know what the fuck all that shit was. I didn't know what it was. Hopefully we'll get some answers tonight. Yeah, dog, he being that dog, using his name as a fluff, not him actually. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put that visual out there, dog. But that's what they doing. They trying to pump up. They trying to pump up Teofimo. If they put this on regular, they put that shit on regular ESPN, I'm gonna really know. But it's not a bad card. They also got there's another card coming up that ain't that bad either. Oh, this was up. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing Terrence Crawford like that. But there's what's going on, B&B Boxing? Jar Truth, Jay Good, yes sir. Salute to you. There's another good combination card that I think is really unfair. I don't see what's going on, Fahim Zator. I don't get why they're making Josh Taylor. Regis Prograis gonna get robbed in this fight with Josh Taylor. That's a robbery waiting to happen, dog. Said a fluffer is harsh. Hey, I know, man. I'm just fucking around. I'm just messing around. I'm really clowning. Man, Terrence Crawford's a hell of a fighter, man. But if they put Teofimo on the undercard for him, dog, they're gonna do more talking about Teofimo than they're gonna do talking about Terrence Crawford. You know? What happened to Teofimo? I haven't heard of him in a while. Oh, he had 2 lackluster performances, and now he's getting in there with Richard Comey, and it might be the undercard of the Terrence Crawford Egis Kalvanakis fight. What's going on, Joseph Brown? For now, it seems like ESPN has no budget left. Fighters being sent out, and they can't out up money to get Crawford a fight. Nah, they just ain't about what's going on, D1215? Yeah, man, Bob Arum has never been the type of dude. He's never really wanted to push Terrence Crawford. When is the last for real? When's the last black fighter that Bob Arum really pushed? Let me correct me when is the last one that he really pushed? Sugar Ray Leonard? Has he ever pushed one has he really pushed one since Sugar Ray Leonard? Right? In the 80s? In the 1980s? He ain't pushed a black fighter. He ain't really pushed behind a black fighter in 30 years. Nah, man. He went to Mexicans, and Mexicans started asking him for too much money. And then so he went to Eastern Europeans, hoping that the Eastern Europeans wouldn't ask him for so much money. Crawford no, he's not. Oh, yeah, Teofimo's dad does, yeah. That's kind of crazy. But hey, man, seriously, the way I hear younger folks saying that crap all the time to everybody, why would you be surprised? You got people, people using that word like throwing it around like a frisbee. Like, I definitely don't want to hear. If you sit there and have conversations with people who are not black and you're using that word back and forth with them, man, don't be shocked that somebody else is going to use it. Don't be shocked at all. That's on you. It's on them too, but it's on you if you allow people, if you are participating in a free willy-nilly use of that. And rap music used willy-nilly like a mug. Only off a cliff. What's that? Is Sugar Ray the first one to buy himself out of the contract with Top Rank? I don't know. I don't know if he did buy himself out or if he stayed with Top Rank. It's been a long time. I never use it in the presence of company. Yeah, man, that's the thing. But people in music use it all the time. Like, it's all throughout. My son, I'm lifting weights. My son's on the other side playing basketball, shooting on what they call a gun. Just keeps figuring what's going on, drink more water. And I'm hearing it all in the music the whole time. And we only ain't but about 3 or 4 black people in the room. And it's in all over the place. Oh, damn, dog. I can't repeat that, dog. That's a lot of fights. It's a lot of fights, dog. That's a lot of fight. Yes, smash that like button on the way in. That's a lot of fights. I've been called it a lot. It was not in a friendly way at all. Now, Will Smith didn't, Kurt. He said, you right, don't give many leeway. It's what it is, man. Hey, but anyway, let's talk this boxing, man. Used to be code not to use it in front. That's because people started selling rap albums with it. Because y'all were getting real. Once people started being real on the rap albums, once they started getting jiggy with it, the cursing is one thing, dude. The N-word is something else, dog. Like, why? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that to them? Around them was one thing. To them, that was something else, man. But anyway, tapping in from Naptown. What's up, chat for 9? Sugar Fantastic in the building. What's good in that super chat, man? I appreciate that, man, because it's a late show. So you know that's slim. That's going to be slim today. Late shows. Let's talk about Spence versus Porter undercard. I don't know what is the undercard? I don't know what the undercard is. Let's see. Let's see what the undercard is. Jeez, I got so much work to do today. Hey, man, they like, put this in an agreement. I said, okay, I'll start it today. It's like, we need it by today. No, I cannot get this to you today. I can't do it. It's a dope undercard. That's what's up. Let me check it out. They calling it the other big end now. Darrell Benavidez. Darrell Benavidez. Yes. I'm looking forward to that, dog. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's getting real. Much love in that super chat, Gregory Wyatt. Hey, Gregory Wyatt. Dude, check out. Did you check out the Patreon today? Dog, hey, Donald Trump is trying to sell 3.1 million Puerto Ricans. Dog, he is trying to sell 3.1 million Puerto Ricans to Denmark. I bullshit you. He's trying to sell a bunch of Puerto Ricans to Denmark. They talking about, I'm not lying, Bert. I'm not lying. Dog, Cano Loco. They trying to sell all of y'all to Denmark. All of y'all to Denmark. Let me tell you what it is. There's, Puerto Rican's a colony. It's a colony. 14 years ago, 24 years ago, Bill Clinton commissioned a study to see if it was legal to transfer property that the United States has, like colonies, like Puerto Rico, and Donald Trump wants to buy a colony, which is Greenland, or is it Iceland? Iceland. They want to buy Iceland. Iceland or Greenland. They want to buy Greenland. Greenland's actually icy, so I got to remember that. He wants to buy Iceland. I got to call this dude back. Hold on one second. Bobby? Yeah, no worries. Hey, I gotta call you back because I'm in something else. But I need to know who these people you're referencing are in this agreement. There's SN Printing, SN, there seems like they're referencing different companies. But they might be the same company under an umbrella, but I can't write an agreement unless I know who they are. So I'll call you back though. I know it's Atlas Holding, but they said SN Printing Inc. would provide printing services for Killer Spin products. That's a different company than Atlas Holding. Or is Atlas Holding, or are they a subsidiary of Atlas Holdings? Okay, great. Okay. Got you. All right, right. Sorry, there you go. That's all right. Don't worry about it. I messed up. I thought I put it on mute, but that's all right. Definitely acquired skin. What is that? Oh, no worries, man. I was just trying to figure out. I thought I hit the mute. I hit the wrong button. Whatever. It's all right. We heard all of that. What did we say? What did I say? I was trying to figure out if a company was a part of a holding company or whatever. I couldn't figure out who it was. It's all right. What's going on, man? I thought I hit the mute. I decreased the volume. Fanon, do you know any companies hiring? I can't tell you. Atlas Holding. Just don't worry about it, man. Now we're all lawyers. Fanon, that's all right. No, you ain't. No, I mean, it ain't worth it, man. Now, don't make me cry. DC is my second home, which makes me my brother. No, let me tell you. Let me get back to this. Yeah, man. So basically, when Donald Trump said maybe we should swap Puerto Rico for Iceland, he only half playing because they can do that. And if they swap Puerto Rico for Iceland, guess what that means? Puerto Ricans are no longer citizens. I ain't randomly reading shit. I read shit all the time. No, I like politics. I just don't talk about them a lot. I'm telling you, yeah, you said he was dead serious. Yeah, he's dead serious. Boy, y'all better start listening you need to start listening to black folk earlier. Be like, oh, remember when ain't nobody want to ride with us during the OJ time? People's all pissed off about OJ. I remember, dog, all them cats was over there, them dudes and Pakistanis. They was all like, call Johnny Cochran. Call Johnny Cochran. It's like, call Johnny. I was like, what? They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn. Oh, during Michael Brown, you didn't care. You didn't care, did you? Oh, but now we got to act like right. Dog, now we got to act like right when it comes to that stuff. And I don't mind. I'll act like right, but y'all remember, we tried to told you, but y'all don't never want to listen to us. How about that for Mac? Dog, it's Vlog RWS. It's what it is. And if they sell the land, they send the people with it. You think they're going to let you migrate on the main street? You think, man, they're going to have ice all around the border over there? Just let you know. And I wouldn't put them past none of them dudes to be revoking citizenship, doing all kind of craziness. Remember I told you. Oh, man, what's going on? Bottom line, saying T. Walton, man. Shout out to you. Nah, Dark Truth, they don't listen. They don't listen, man. They don't listen. You tried to told them. I be trying to told them. But Michael James Boxing. I saw my man Michael. Hey, babe. Michael James Boxing. Dog, that was hilarious. Hilarious. I read that court case that you sent me. Eddie didn't have a leg to stand on, Holmes. He didn't have a leg to stand on, homie. It was not positive and unequivocal. Nothing that Andy Ruiz said was a positive and unequivocal express of an intent to breach that agreement. No way. No way. Yeah, did I read the emails? Yeah, his lawyer wrote that. Yeah, I read it. He was waiting. To me, it sounded like he was trying to put something in writing that wasn't in the original agreement. But dude, the whole thing with him trying anticipatory breach or anticipatory repudiation, get out of here. Because the person had to have, Andy Ruiz would have had to say, I'm not fighting, and taken actions to say that I did not fight. The reason that that clown gave, that he said that he wouldn't go to the UK unless he was paid $50 million, or he didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. That's a condition that is within the power of Eddie Hearn to resolve. So there's nothing unequivocal about that. That's contingent. That's contingent, and contingent is not unequivocal. But leave it to him, dog. Just leave it to Eddie to try to bully people around by nah, dog. He didn't say he wasn't gonna make that. He wasn't gonna take that fight. So Eddie would have lost that. That's why Eddie had to come up off of a couple $3 million, $3 million, and VADA testing. He had to come up off a couple $3 million. Yeah, that's because that lawyer that wrote that was like, I'll file it if you really want me to, but this ain't flying, right? Honey dip, haven't heard that. Who said honey dip? I ain't called my wife no honey dip. But yeah, I read the email. I read Eddie Hearn throwing his hissy fit. Eddie Hearn a jerk, man. Eddie Hearn sound, now I know these trolls work for Eddie Hearn, because they sound just like Eddie Hearn in his whining and complaining, naggy ass email that he sent. Dog, you so rude, man. Can you stop being so rude and trying to bully people, Eddie? Who wants to deal with somebody that talks like that? You know what I mean? Who wants to do that? Anyway, I know Barrera, but he started whooping Barrera in the second half of the fight. What's that? Somebody talking about how no, I'm not gonna do that. Don't get me started on these corny terms. Fanon, you notice how they talk, how they talk to people? Yeah, they real dude. You make people not want to work with you talking like that. He's just a jerk. I mean, he sounds just like all of the trolls that be in the comment section. Lawsuit made as much more sense as that lawsuit made as much sense as a fish wearing a swimsuit. It's just desperation. It was desperation. That's why they filed it and dismissed it the same day. And Mike Coppinger want to say, it's because they came up with a settlement before. No, dude, it's because they settled all right. Settled with him paying up $1 million extra because he didn't have because once he said he was going to Saudi Arabia, that's a wrap. Even in the looking at the one side of the complaint, I was like, okay, this is just one side. That's just, there was no response to the complaint. Just the facts that Eddie Hearn and those guys laid out. First of all, you telling half truths to the court. He thought they were telling half truths to the court. Telling half truths to the court. Saying that regardless. The fact that he said that Andy Ruiz expressed that he was not going to go to wherever it was that Eddie Hearn wanted him to go. Dude, you said 3 different places. You never firmly said that this is where the agreement, where it's going to be. until Saudi Arabia. They tried to use Andy Ruiz's response to Eddie Hearn's statement, which was maybe it'll be maybe it'll be in Vegas, maybe it'll be in New York, maybe it'll be in Cardiff. And Andy Ruiz is like, nah, I don't want to go. I'm not, you pay me $50 million, I'll go there. They didn't even put the part in there when he said, if you give me $50 million, I'll go. They just said he wasn't going, which was not true. Dude, they were going to get mopped on that. And because, and I didn't get enough into the case law on it, like, because, I ain't got enough time to do all that because it's New York and I'm not as familiar with it. So I just go through, kind of the high level stuff, the summaries of the decisions that have dealt with those things before. Man, it's one summary of a series of decisions where the court, where New York rejected people's claims for anticipatory. I think they call it anticipatory repudiation in contracts. They were like, he could have lost and been found in breach of contract himself for filing the claim for anticipatory repudiation, because he's saying that they did the breach of contract, the lawsuit, if I understood right, itself could be a breach of contract because there was never a breach, but yet they tried to cut it off and seek damages. So the fact that you're trying to seek damages for a contract that was not breached could in of itself be determined to be a breach of contract. And if Eddie, from what I understood, Eddie was rolling some big time dice with that. Like, what if they find out that he didn't? What if they reject your assertion that Andy Ruiz had intended to breach the contract based on what he said, right? Because again, it's the anticipation of a breach of contract. Let me explain this to the people that might not know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a breach of contract, right? Which is saying somebody broke a promise, right? I say that I want to have, so suing for breach is a breach itself. Let me watch this. Let me show you. You have a contract, right? Between you and I'm a singer and you're a promoter, a singer and a promoter. And I signed an agreement with you that said, and you pay me, I don't know, whatever, some amount of money, $10,000. And then you go out and I say, I'll perform in a concert on September 1st. But then make it October 1st. On October 1st, I'm going to perform a concert in Madison Square Garden. But on September 1st, I get on my social media and I say, I am not going to be at Madison Square Garden on September 1st. I'm going to be at a concert in Wembley Stadium on that same day. I'm not doing this contract, right? Now, if you could say, "Oh no, I need to take this guy to the court because he's going to breach the contract," right? In that case, you're saying, "Look, I need you, court, to keep Fanon from making that from having that contract," right? I mean, I need you to keep him from performing any contract. I need damages because he was and here's the elements, right? It is, well, some of them anyway. It is that my statement had to be positive and it had to be, God, man, what's the word? Not unambiguous, but it had to be, God, what's the word? Let me see, elements, because I don't want to use the wrong word for anticipatory breach. It's like, basically it's unambiguous. But I forgot what the specific word is. Elements of anticipatory breach of contract. It is, God, what is the word, man? It's killing me. Basically, it can't be. I just use unambiguous, unequivocally. Yes, thank you. It can't be, and it has to be unequivocal. It can be no doubt about it, right? That's what it is. It's unequivocal. Thank you. It's left my brain, right? So it has to be. I'm going to not perform, right? And then, but if it is equivocal, you can't sue him for anticipatory breach. You won't be successful. Right? So what he pointed to with Andy Ruiz, that Andy Ruiz said, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia because I don't feel safe. And I don't want to go to the UK because unless you give me $50 million. He never said that he wasn't going to. He never said that he was not going to perform, that he wasn't going to fight Anthony Joshua. And he never said it in an unequivocal manner, positive and unequivocal manner. Never said it. So just off the face, dog, it's crazy. But watch this. Assume, though, that since he filed for anticipatory breach of contract, right? Right? And it's denied. He still has a contract with Andy Ruiz that he tried to sue Andy Ruiz for, which could mean that Andy Ruiz could have been prevented from the continuing negotiations for the fight. Andy Ruiz could turn around, and this is where I was kind of iffy on the case law. I got to look at it again, but there were scenarios. I'll put it this way for sure. There were scenarios where filing a claim for anticipatory repudiation was determined to be a breach of contract itself. It was ugly. It was ugly. So yeah, he dropped that. Dropped it like a bad habit and gave that dude $3 million. And he did it and dropped it like a bad habit, dude. That lawsuit was just another way to try to apply more pressure to Team Ruiz. And he was always underestimated the intelligence of American boxers. Dude, that shit was hilarious. Because I was like, I thought when people say he was going to sue him, I was like, okay, you can sue, but on what basis? And I thought about anticipatory repudiation, but I was like, because everything I heard, Andy Ruiz never said that he wasn't going to fight him. The other things that he talked about was they were pissed off because Andy Ruiz people were asking about Vada. What's going on, Layla D? I get it right. Layla D. Much love in that super chat. Exactly. Yeah, the lawsuit can stop the actual negotiations. But the other two things that don't worry, Fanon. Eddie said he can protect. Yeah, Ruiz, 88 Sports Talk. That was funny too. In the case, you can see his argument. He was like, their idea, it's ridiculous, these demands that they're making on us, trying to tell us that we need to, and he said, we have already told them that we provided protection for Carl Froch in Saudi Arabia when Carl Froch fought in Saudi Arabia. Oh, by the way, highlight that he already has relations in Saudi Arabia from Carl Froch, if I recall what is said correctly. But yeah, I'm confused here. Is Carl Froch American? Is Carl Froch American? Was there a traveler? You don't think that's reasonable that somebody might not want to go there? But anyway, regardless, it's a term in an agreement. It's just a term. And it's something that can be worked out and negotiated. They're not going to jump in the middle of a negotiation. The court's not going to jump into in the middle of a negotiation and start using the court as a negotiation tactic. It might frown upon that. La D again. Much love in that super chat. No, Froch ain't American. Oh, okay, yeah. And how long ago was that? Was that right after an American journalist got, offed? You know what I mean? It's like, and then they talked about Vada. Like, and having him want VADA testing. We said we'd be okay with right now, dog. We want that type of VADA testing, the real type of VADA testing, homie. But I would just have loved to have heard to read like their reply to that. How they would have came back to that. Because Eddie would have wound up looking like liar number one. Because Eddie be lying, dog. Eddie be lying. Are you doing a video on this as well? Yeah, I did it. It'll be up in like 45 minutes. It's already up, actually. It's just it's not up. It's already down, already loaded it. Actually, I got to do something to it right now. But yeah. It'll be, I think it comes about 45 minutes. In about 45 minutes, it'll be up. I mean, it's a little heady, but it's a little heady, but it is what it is. But no Frotch is an American. Yeah, so Eddie just a liar, dude. Eddie wasn't about to win that. And all you UK dudes that think Eddie, it was Eddie made him bend to his will. No, he didn't. Because if he would have had a strong, he asked to enforce that agreement as is. And he wound up giving up $3 million. You know what that is? He had to decide whether or not this week he was going to go forward with that weak case that he had, and they would have turned him down. And by the time they got done turning him down, it would have been too late for the fight to take place. Andy Ruiz could have got stripped, and Andy Ruiz could have turned around and sued him for breach of contract. That's what I'm saying. That's where the breach is. Like, hold on. You're going to play around with this crap. If you find out they rule against you, Andy Ruiz could lose his IBF. That was another thing. They said in that the complaint was that Eddie Hearn wasn't taking care of business with the sanctioning bodies. And you know why they didn't believe? And Eddie was like, I told him I was taking care of it. You Eddie. I need to see it in writing. All right. I need to see it in writing. What you think of Ruiz still in the party? I don't know. He's going to Saudi Arabia, so he's going to get robbed anyway. Whatever. He sold that belt when he decided to go to Saudi Arabia for an extra $3 million. $5 million apparently. $5 million apparently what? Did he got 5 million extra bucks? Oh no, he's saying 3 million pounds or dollars. I don't know. I don't take anything that those guys give over there in I don't take what those guys, Mike Coppinger, them say. I don't take that for. I take all that with a grain of salt, man. Works out to 3 million pounds. I don't know what it is. They're gonna pay him in dollars though. So what he's getting paid of, he's getting paid in American currency. For now, would you agree that a lawsuit against Ruiz prevent Anthony Joshua from fighting until they settled it? Yeah. No. Yeah, it would have. But they were seeking an injunction to prevent Andy Ruiz fighting for 18 months unless they didn't fight. And that's the other comical part of it. They were saying they wanted to enjoin Andy Ruiz for fighting for another, 13 months? Is it 13 or 18 months? For a year and a half, Andy Ruiz sitting $6 million. He can wait. But the belts wouldn't have waited, which is a crock because if he decided that they were just, okay, go ahead. Anyway, man, that dude wasn't going to win that. Nah, man, Mizzou, that's not official. St. Louis, that's him talking about it. Oh, Jeff Marshall says, I think Ruiz KOs AJ wherever they would fight. Well, we'll see. I just think that, if he KOs him, cool. But Eddie's so dirty, man, that I just don't trust him at all. And I feel really bad, and I think it's very unfair that Regis Prograis has to fight Josh Taylor in the UK on a matchroom card to boot. That's going to be a matchroom fight. Matchroom. Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis is going to be on matchroom. They're going to get Regis needs a knockout to win. The fight is December. It's August still, and he did already beat knockout AJ 4 times on a 5-week training camp. Ruiz is the same mindset. First fight, AJ, knock AJ out to win. Yeah, that's true. If Ruiz, if he don't KO Joshua will lose. and Eddie Hearn will never do business with PBC again. Man, dude, Eddie Hearn ain't got any choice but to do business with PBC. He got no choice. They ain't got no fighters. And the PBC got plenty of fighters and they have plenty of fighters, plenty of money. They have good rep. They're getting good fighters, continue to get good fighters. Dude, they have to deal with the PBC. And man, Eddie Hearn is the loud talking secondary player. He's a loud talking secondary player. That's what he's, a loud talking secondary player. Fanon, when is the Regis and Taylor fight? I think they said October, second week in October. Yeah, Regis always fights for the knockout anyway. He can do it. Yeah, I think he can do it. But I'm just saying, Josh Taylor's a really good fighter, and I don't trust UCAD. Man, they don't have any. They don't have any doping. They don't have any doping over. They don't have any doping, real doping protection over there. Lomachenko Campbell. Yeah, I mean, I tell you, I think that's funny business for them to go over there, but obviously they're super. What's going on, DOG 215? Much love in that super chat. I was going to see Regis, but not on Eddie's card. Yeah, that's on. Yeah, on Eddie's card. Said it's the same rig game as when Ruiz fought AJ in New York. Nothing changes. Ruiz will get screwed on the cards, regardless of if he outboxes AJ in the second fight, even if he lands the hardest punches. Now, Antonio Barnes, I do believe that you're right about that. I definitely believe that you're right about that. It is the same scenario that he was in the first time. I absolutely positively agree with you in that regard. PBC has the smartest man in boxing. Several of them, I do believe. Several of them. Mike Taz said, keep up the good work, big dog. What happened? You got rid of it? I wanted to go. Oh, that's DOG 215. I was as at the O2 Arena, but I don't with Eddie. Yeah, man. Eddie a dirt, man. Doesn't even have to be that way, man. But I just, seriously, man, I'm sick of him, though. But people are like, hey, don't pay him any attention. But seriously, man, sometimes you got to point where the snake is. You got to point where the snake is. Like, I don't like snakes, but if there's a snake in the middle of the lawn, you got to tell people walking by, man, be careful. There's a snake right there. Yeah, because, I was walking my dog the other day, and actually a couple of weeks ago, I was walking my dog. I walked him a little bit different path into this little park, where a swing set was, a picnic table, all that, a food table. I shouldn't say picnic, a food table. And there was a little snake. It was a snake wrapped up like that I noticed right by the garbage can. So I was like, okay. I walked away, and when another lady walked over there, I said, hey, just so you know, there's a snake. Just so you know, there's a snake over there by the garbage can. Because we're in Texas. They got poisonous snakes in Texas. So I don't think that one was, but, why make it safe? You tell people about snakes. That's a community service. When you point out snakes, it's a community service. And I think it's a community service to point out Eddie Hearn, really. Because like when he try to intimidate people with lawsuits, you try to tell you can deep pocket somebody without a doubt. Like if somebody doesn't have the ability to respond to a lawsuit that you file, because they don't have enough money to get an attorney and to issue a response, then the court may issue a declaratory judgment in the favor of the plaintiff, and you're screwed. You have to have the money to actually respond in the court in a court of law in a civil suit. So that can work with people. You know what I mean? That can work with people, but it can't work with somebody with $6 million in the bank. You know what I mean? Can't work with somebody. So it can't work with somebody with $6 million in the bank. You know what I mean? This guy's trying to do that. Some poop butt ass dude is trying to do that to one of the companies I work for. And he's like, wrote this agreement that somebody signed, even though they didn't have the authority to sign it. The person acted in reliance upon the fact that the guy didn't have the authority to sign, which is agency, and he was legitimate to do it. It was understandable that he did it. But once he became aware of the fact that the person that signed the agreement didn't have the authority to enter into it, and we didn't want to continue with it. This guy continued to act as if the agreement was going on and ran up bills for like 2 years. And when I know he's not doing anything, anybody with common sense knows that he didn't actually hire 6 software developers that were working full time were working, 20 hours a week for 3 years. Because you got a duty to mitigate the damages. Once we said that we were not going to continue with that agreement, you can't just keep acting as if I still owe you money. You can keep billing me. But they think that we stupid enough to fall for it. So the guy writes notes, says, my attorney assures me that he thinks we have a good case. Really? Then why isn't your counsel writing me? If you write me, why are you writing me in your counseling and your counseling writing me? Shouldn't this note come on letterhead from your counsel? Or who's your counsel? Your mama? Is your mama your counsel or something? Anyway, but people will do that stuff. People will do that type of stuff to you. Yeah, there's a sucker born every day. And Eddie Hearn, we're gonna file this lawsuit. And that also shows you the type of person that he is. Because I'm pretty sure that the attorney that he retained didn't want to do that. Because that guy's not going to, he'll want the fees, but he doesn't want to take an L like that. That L was for real coming. That L was coming for real. But Eddie might have been like, man, let's not blow the whole fight. Okay, give me $3 million extra dollars. Give me a couple $1 million and I'll go to Saudi Arabia. What's the beef? Just pay me extra. Otherwise, I'm not going. And we can continue this nonsensical argument that you can continue with your bolstering and your attempt to intimidate me. But anyway, man, I went too far. I talked about that too long. But for real, man, you got to point out snakes in the grass. War Dog, he's gonna make the best fight the best. Who's that? Anyway, man, y'all ain't even listening. Y'all ain't listening. I see y'all talking about everything else. We've been putting out Eddie the Snake to the UK for a while now. Yeah. Well, the UK already knew. Before he got here, they knew. Because I was like, why does everybody hate this dude? I was introduced the first time probably one of the first things that I heard about Eddie Hearn was that everybody hated Eddie Hearn over there in the UK. That was no surprise. I was just surprised how quickly it spread here because he immediately showed me why. Because, I'm not paying attention to promoters in the UK like that. And he was like, yeah, everybody hates me. And I think this was during the Kell Brook, like the time of the Kell Brook fight, where he was saying that people didn't like him. And I was like, oh, I wonder why people don't like him. Well, he answered that question real quick about why people wouldn't like him and his fake drones. What's going on, Macadon One? Oh, say Mike Hennigan said, we heard you. Y'all just out there talking about, I feel like I'm in class. Like, pay attention. D21519 said I was listening. That's what's up, man. Oh, yeah, Kane the bad guy said his reputation preceded him. Is a rival. Cove just turned down November date. Yeah. I saw that, man. What do I think? I don't have a short memory, War Dog Dutch, right? I got a pretty decent memory, homie. Unless I'm wrong, dog, you came like real funny last time I saw you. Oh, I know what he asked. And I'm not answering it. Because I think the dude said something crazy maybe about 3 chats ago. Because I had to break down the name War Dog Dutch. So nah, man, I'm gonna time you out, and I'll watch a couple more of your comments later down the road. But nah, dog. I mean, I'm tired. I got a lot of work today, but I don't forget stuff like that. I remember what you said specifically. Oh, but what you want to do is you want me to get to talk about Dana White in the UFC. So and your name's War Dog Dutch. So I don't think anything about it. I don't think anything about it. He's been talking about coming into the boxing for years and ain't done it. That's what I think. I think I'll believe it when I see it. Is what I think. Same thing I say with Eddie. I'll believe it when I see it. Eddie Hearn could tell me it was sunny out, that the sun was outside, and it could be 12 noon, and I can see the light blazing through a window. I'm still going to open the door and walk out. Because I practice the discipline of not trusting liars. I distrust and verify everything that everything those dudes got to say. Period. Point blank. Period. If I got the time to do it, I'm gonna do it. If it's worth my money, and them screwing me, if them screwing me over is not a big risk, then I might let it slide and be like, yeah, I know he's lying, but it ain't hurt me. Maybe he's telling the truth. I got something better to do. No need to research everything he says. But Eddie, nah. And Dana White, nah. I heard Dana White say something to the effect that maybe boxing is too broke to fix. Yeah, dude, so stay your ass out of it. Straight up. That's what I think. Stay out of it. Don't break it more. Because boxers getting paid, man. Even though I think some of this money is funny, I think this money coming out the UK has the potential of being real funny. That's what I think. They moving a lot of money. They moving a lot of money. I had to do one thing real quick. I have so much work to do today. I can't stand writing agreements. I really want to retire. I really want to retire. Somebody give me a couple mils so I can comfortably stop doing things that I don't want to do. Because they always come at the wrong time, and I don't feel like doing it today. In an hour. In a couple hours, because there's no way that I'm going to write this thing in a way that I'm going to feel like I've tied the thing all the way down. But, it ain't my dollar, and I warned them. Layla D, turn your punk ass over. What? Boxers get paid more than UFC fighters? Yeah, they do. Fanon, if I hit Powerball, I'll give you $1,000,001. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. You go ahead and pay that Powerball for me, man. I appreciate it. Fahim, you was listening live too. That was epic. What was that? What happened with after I get done with this, I gotta go listen to what happened with Barbershop Conversations on his live. Somebody let me know. He got a call in. Mike Hennigan, are you a contract? Yes. Yes, sir. That's my expertise, is contracts. War dog means soldier of the colonizer. Fanon taught me that. Exactly, man. Last week. Thank you. War dog Dutch, by the way. The Dutch colonized South Africa and were some of the most vicious racist murderers in the history of mankind. And he's War Dog Dutch? No, thank you, homie. Oh, a lot of them were calling in the French chant. Hey, call in. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the call in. I got it up now. Call in. Where's the P sample? You're black and Dutch? Okay, sure you are. Sure you are. War Dog Dutch. I don't care. I remember what you said, homie. And you're black if you're black. Ain't no black and Dutch. Which side of you is Dutch? Your left side or your right side? Out of here. Mike, so it's evident you are well spoken with contract law. You know, I know little things. I know some things about it. I wouldn't say that I know because it's all different. There's all kind of different jurisdictions in different areas related. You know, different. You know, but I have my. You know, you ain't pulling my wool over my eyes with nothing easy. You got to get complicated. You got to get me on this. You got to get me with something good. You got to get me with something good. Yeah, we are Googling it. Yes, we are Google. We are Google it. That's fine. I don't know. What you talking about, homie? I'm not Googling anything. You acting like a jackass on a chat, dude. I'm not Googling anything for you. Okay? If there's something you said and I cannot remember it that made me think you're a jackass. So your name could be Petey Pablo. I wouldn't care. Okay, you could come in here, you know, it's Itzhak Rabin. I wouldn't care. I just remember your name because I thought what you said was you said there is no black Dutch people. And I'm telling you again right now what I said. There are black people in what? What is Dutch anyway? Is that what country is the Dutch? Are the Dutch from? Whatever country the Dutch is from, that's your nationality. Knock it out. I'm an American. I'm American. The Mexicans, cats over here. Oh, in Holland. Thank you very much. Are there black people in Holland? I don't doubt that there are black people in Holland. I don't. If you're black, but you're Dutch. You're not black and Dutch. You're Dutch. Okay? If that's your nationality, you're Dutch. But if you're a black person who lives in Holland, then you're a black person. Okay? I'm not African and American. I'm not black and American. I guess, am I black and American? Yeah, I guess I am black and American. Okay, so yeah, you win. Whatever. You're still a jackass. But I wouldn't say I'm black and American. I'll say I'm American and I'm black. It's not like I'm half black and half American. Anyway. Hey, watch this. War Dog Dutch. What'd you say? I can no longer hear you because you got put out. Thank you very much. Let me reiterate this. I'm not interested in what you think, homie. Let me get back to my original point. I'm not interested in what you got to say. Thank you very much. I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going back and forth with you. I don't care what you think. Okay? You're like anybody else that asks me to debate them, and I tell you, why would I debate you? I don't care what you think. You can think whatever you want to think. Okay? Be black, Dutch, all that crap, whatever. War Dog Dutch. You do whatever you want to do. But you can get out of here doing it. Okay? Come back under another name. And when you fake like you somebody else, be polite next time. Okay? I don't care about what you think. Not even a little bit. Okay? Oh, we just became American, dog. Okay? We just became American like 50 years ago. Okay? So stop. We just slapped American on the back of our name 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I want a boxing debate. No, you ain't getting no boxing debate out of me. For what? Not debating you. For what? I don't get that. First of all, you don't want to bait. You want to score points. Let's differentiate the two. You want to get on here and score some points. Ha ha, gotcha. Hey, these people do it all the time. I listen to their debates all the time. These cats. Who was Lennox Lewis's last 6 competitors? Name me name for me every other Lennox Lewis fighter, but every other, not every one, every other that he fought between 1996 and in September of 2001. And name them backwards. From last to first. If you can't do it, you don't know shit about boxing. Fuck out of here. I know you, Jason Adams. That's all right. That's cool. I'll run with it, though. You playing, I'll play, too. You play, I'll play, too. That ain't debating any. That's all that is. All that is trying to score points. This moron got on my channel when he tried to hijack my channel. Who's the 118 WBO champion? I don't care is the answer. And I don't care about you. Take me off your channel. What's wrong with you? You ain't dictating no conversations around me, homie. You are an American citizen, but your nationality is not American. What? What? I'm a mutt, homie. That's the only nationality I could possibly have is American. That's it. I cannot possibly be any other, I can't be any other nation but that. That's the only nationality I can have. Okay? That's it. That's it. That's the only nationality I can have. And I mean that. Truly do mean that. We all are. What nationality are you? First of all, African is a continent. It's not a country. Okay? It's not a nation. All right? And it's not a nation state. And there's a difference between a nation and a nation state. Okay? And I don't know what nation state that I'm from because I didn't take a DNA test. Okay? I'm not British. I'm English. Whatever. Who cares? I'm done. Yard versus Brown. Brown. Unless Yard touches him because that dude is straight chinny as a mug, boy. That boy is chinny as a mug. Super chinny. Super chinny. But maybe Marcus Brown can hit him with 5,000 jabs like Kovalev did. And then who knows? I'm not really big into giving Anthony Yard a lot of credit. I mean, he did better than he did what I thought he was going to do. And I do got respect for the dude. I think he's very talented. He just needs to get a better team around him. That's my thoughts anyway. I'm not British, I'm English. I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that meant. She like boxing. What's good? What does this Jack Ball got to say? You're an American citizen, but your nationality is not American. Yeah, you got timed out for that. No, I'm definitely an American citizen. And the only nationality that I have is American. Because that's the nation that I was born in and lived in my whole life. My caste is black. That's my caste. Okay? I'm not even gonna call it a race. I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm in the black caste. I'm in that is my caste. Black. Okay. So is Andre Ward. Andre Ward, his caste is black. You want to be but my mama white and my daddy black. Yeah, dog, and you are in the caste of black. Okay, that's what happens. Your mama had a baby and she dropped it into a caste called Negro. Okay, it is not some distinct biological group of people. Okay, it is a socioeconomic caste that you live in. Okay, it's what it is, homie. It's what it is. My caste is black. My nationality is American. My biology is mutt. Okay, super mutt at that. It's all over it's all over. Whatever. See the schnoz? Think this shit? You think this big ass schnoz came out of Nigeria? No. Okay, it did not. This bald ass head? No. No, it did not. Came straight from Greece. There you go. Found a whole bunch of Greek relatives of mine. They all got cue balls, just like this. Bald, same way. Floppy ass earlobes and big snout. The whole thing. He said, nope, it didn't come from there. For 9, if these simple-minded ignore, yeah, there is some simple, you know what it is. Colors don't matter. Nothing will stop me, and I'm colored. Oh, it matter. And it will stop you. Go ask Puerto Rico. And stop you if they feel like it. But the thing is, dog, you just got to do you, man. He said, for now, my guy called Negro. Yeah, dude. It's what it is, man. My man said Loma. Yeah, shout out to Loma, homie. Shout out to Loma. Loma, a great boxer. Orlando Salido, though. You know that. You know our boy Orlando Salido. I know you know Orlando Salido. What you think about Orlando Salido as a fighter? Just wondering. To the dude that said, what is this import? Yeah. To the dude that just said Loma, what's your thoughts on Orlando Salido? Why would you rank him as a fighter? Do you think he's a good fighter? What do you like? What do you think about his resume? Do you think his resume is up to par? Any good wins on that resume that you know of? Just wondering. Any good wins on that resume? Just wondering. I love Lomachenko. I think he's a great fighter. Since Salido's that dude, hey, dog. No, he said, I love Orlando Salido, dude. Orlando Salido need to go to the Hall of Fame, dog. He beat the greatest fighter ever. A riot is an act of the unheard, except for Loma. Oh, he's got Loma on his right. There you go. There you go. I knew there was somebody he whooped. I know there's somebody whose body he punished and he snatched. I know he snatched somebody's O. Somebody's O had to go. And there was only one O in the room. Orlando had to take it up, dog. You know how it goes, Dominic Johnson. Orlando. Pound for pound, baby. Pound for pound. But look, man, I'm going to get off here. My time has run. My time has run over. Nicholas Walters asks, man, what about him? What about Nicholas Walters? He didn't fight Orlando Salido. Did Nicholas Walters fight Orlando Salido? I never heard of that. I thought he beat Rocky Martinez, and I thought he beat Rocky Martinez, lost to Mikey Garcia, and beat some undefeated Ukrainian dude. That's what I thought. What you bringing up Nicholas Walters for? Solid, got to add a couple more O's. You know they don't like that, dog. Stop being jerks, man. And I won't have to rub Orlando Salido in your face because I got no problem rubbing him in your face. Nicholas Walters. Oh, the guy that beat Nonito Donaire after Nonito Donaire had already gotten his heart snatched by Guillermo Rugundiao at 122, not 130. Anyway, and by the way, dog, will y'all please stop saying that Orlando was too big for Lomachenko? That fight was at 126. Lomachenko's fighting at 135 now. And he was a grown-ass man when he fought him. He's the same damn size, okay? Salido in your face. Rubbing it in your face because you talk too much, dog. That's what it is, and you can't get rid of it either. Anyway, it is what it is. Thanks, Mike Hennigan. Yes, sir. Keep on grinding. Let me get out of here and do some of this work I don't feel like doing. Go have a little lunch. He took all the moves from Lomachenko. Yes, he did, dog. Tank versus Loma's successor of top pound, Monster Inoue. Man, Tank will kill Monster Inoue. They will never put Monster Inoue in there with Tank. Never, ever. You know what I mean? Anyway, it is what it is. With that, I'm out. Peace.